Hello, happy Monday. All right, here is a movement from someone. And someone writes, looking at myself, I know that I'm what others call quasi-recovered. I gain weight, I'm still weight restoring, but, here's the damn but, I'm recovering under anorexia conditions. That means that I live my days full of compulsive rituals. The most annoying thing is that I fell into lower level movement trap after I quit going to the gym. I don't know what I actually want to ask you. You are receiving quite a few mails from so many girls, men and women, and your videos on YouTube do support me a lot. I want to break free, I want to stop, I want to live, but I can't imagine how the rewiring process to sever the link between movement and food intake should look like. Getting up in the morning, hopping straight onto my couch without lifting a finger until it's time to go to bed again. My GP did tell me that this would damage my already sleeping metabolism even more. I live by myself and I'm doing my best to rest, even though it's a tough one for me since I usually feel quite energetic. Part of anosognosia, they ask. How did you recover from the lower level movement disorder? Well, it was difficult. It was really, really difficult. It was one of the most difficult things. But I am someone that can be very determined when I want to. And once I'd realised that that was the problem and that was what I wanted to do, and that I was scared of not moving, like when I realised I had a lot of fear around not moving, around stillness and eating as well, that sort of was the one thing that really did it for me, because I hate being scared of anything. And it almost, so to me, admitting that I was scared of not moving and continuing to eat was a huge part of the step. And then it's like you wrote in that question, just getting out of bed and sitting on the sofa and eating something in the morning just feels like it's impossible. Well, it's actually taking that and understanding that, well, the only reason that that feels impossible is because I've taught my brain that that is something that I can't do. And that your brain's just doing its job because you've taught it that that's something that you mustn't do and you can't do. And so it all just comes down to understanding I can teach my brain whatever I want, and I can teach my brain that it is absolutely possible and fine for me to get up in the morning and sit on the sofa and eat food. And you teach it by doing it, and it really is just taking that step and going, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. What is the worst that can happen? I'm not going to spontaneously combust, damn it, just get on with it. And your brain, I'm just writing a book at the moment, which is really just completely to do with neural rewiring. So I go into a lot of just specific on lower level movement. And, but it's also explaining how once your brain has a belief about something, your brain will take anything out of the environment and use it to support that belief. Because you say the example of your GP telling you that that's already going to lower, it's going to lower your already sleeping metabolism more if you rest more. So your GP may or may not have said that. GPs are not experts in eating disorders or malnutrition or metabolism for that matter, and so many of them are undereducated in these aspects and are just educated to be told exercise and diets is what everybody should be on. So I'm not going to necessarily say that your GP is a bad person or that they're not trying to do the very best for you. They absolutely are. But I also think it's probably highly likely that your GP didn't exactly say that. They probably were just saying something like, oh, movement's good for your metabolism. But I don't know. This is all I'm trying to work out what your GP said. I'm just trying to make the point that your brain will often take words and turn them into what it wants them to be in order to support the belief that it has. And your brain has this belief that you cannot get out of bed in the morning and sit on the couch and eat food. And it's going to take anything that it can from the environment, from words people say, to support that belief. Your GP, I imagine, has also told you probably a number of times that you need to do other things as well. I hope your GP has probably told you need to stop restricting food and that you need to rest more and all of these. And if you're underweight, your GP's probably told you that you need to gain weight. But you haven't sat there and debate, oh, my GP told me I've got to gain weight, so I have to do it right now. I mean, I bloody well wish you had. But so your GP probably tells you a lot of things. Don't you think it's just interesting that the one thing that stands out to you is this, well, my GP told me that, if I sit on the couch, that's going to lower my metabolism. So you just start to sort of use, if you have a look through these things, you'll probably see how your own brain is just drawing words out, drawing things out that support its fear of stillness and support its belief that you can't not be moving the whole time and eat the food that you eat, and hopefully more food as well. And then when you start to be able to like see all of that stuff, you're like, oh wow, my brain's like really convincing me of things that aren't necessarily true, and it's just highlighting the things that it wants me to believe. And then you start to just say, okay, well, I know because deep down, like, you know what you need to do. You wouldn't have written me an email. You wouldn't have been reading recovery books, blogs, watching this YouTube channel if you didn't know that you needed to recover. And you know deep down, in order to recover, you have to eat a load of food and you have to rest a lot. And you know that your movement is compulsive. You use the word compulsive yourself. And compulsive is not a good word. I mean, it's very rare that somebody says that's compulsive and that's a compliment, is it? Like, I'm trying to think of an example when compulsive is a compliment. No. Compulsive is not a good thing most of the time. Unless you're a compulsively happy. I don't know, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, so yes, compulsive is usually, especially in this context, it's not being used as a good thing. You know that compulsive is not good. You know that your movement is compulsive. You know that that's not healthy. Yet, you're still asking the question, should I just get up and sit on the couch and eat food? You're still asking the damn question. Just try it. Just do it. Be really brave. You won't want to. Your brain is going to try and use everything it can that morning to convince you that you shouldn't do it. That in fact, sitting on the couch and just eating food would be the worst thing for your health that you could possibly do. But your brain convinces you of that every morning, and evidently listening to that is not helping you. So just try it and see if you explode after 3 hours of sitting on the couch. I bet that you won't. In fact, you'll probably really enjoy it, and that'll be scary as well. Go for it.